Who likes bone-in turkey breast? Let me show y'all this one right here. And we didn't even brine it. Let's talk bone-in turkey breast. A lot of people have a small family or they don't eat the dark meat of a turkey. So what's the economical choice? I would say bone-in turkey breast. You can pick one up from just about any grocery store you go in. They're relatively cheap. They come with the wings and everything clipped off of them. And you can see they still just have some breast stuff on them here. So I'm gonna take one of my knives here. And you know what? I think I'm gonna take my scissors and do this. And what I'm gonna do is kind of just trim this rib cage off of these breasts here. So when you get it like that, now all you really have to do, look at that, just push it back. So all this is not really any good. I'm gonna remove that. Now you just gotta find that joint right there, just like that, and just go right through. Just like that. And I'm gonna trim all that up. Now you can save this right here for stock, to make gravy out of it. It makes a great choice for that. You don't have to discard it. It's completely up to you. I'm discarding it today. Now that I've kind of done that, I'm gonna turn it over and kind of see how my breasts are here and how much excess skin I need to take off. And I'm gonna take off just a little bit of this right here. I'm gonna take these scissors here. I wanna protect these breasts as much as I can. So I don't want to remove all this skin. So now I just gonna want to take, like I'm spatchcocking this, and I'm gonna kind of just bust that breastbone right there. Now you just make that lay open a little bit. See how much more flatter that is? Now, that right there, all we have to do now is pat this bird dry. Now you want to dry it off as much as you can. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove one of my gloves here. And I'm just using some of my everyday rub. I'm not injecting this today. Not yet anyway. Not yet. I'm going to do a dry brine on this thing. So a dry brine, I'm just going to season it with my AP rub. If you've got a favorite AP rub, be sure to use it. I'm just going to turn this thing over. Make sure everything's kind of right. All right, I'm gonna get a nice coating of this on it. Now this thing's gonna go in the fridge till tomorrow. I'm not gonna wash it off. I'm not gonna do anything to it. But I am gonna come back and inject it. And I'll tell you more about that in the morning. All right, our turkey breast is out of the fridge that we dry browned all night long. Remember, all we did was take it out of the pack, trim the backbone off of it, just so it would lay flat here, and season it with some everyday rub. And I can tell y'all see where it sucked a lot of that moisture out of that? That's just what we were looking for. So yesterday I told you we were gonna inject this thing with butter. Well, instead of fooling with melting hot butter and putting in this, I just have some clarified butter, some ghee. That's it. And you can see I've just had it in my cabinet here. It's a brand new jar. I just took the lid off of it. But clarified butter just had all the impurities removed. So y'all tell me, how do y'all feel like this turkey breast is gonna be injected with clarified butter? I feel like it's gonna be moist, juicy, tender. I know it's gonna be good. Now I know that we're not gonna be able to get all of this in there. I probably should have pulled some of this out of here. But a couple needles in each breast, maybe a little more than that. Y'all see that thing swelling up like that? Oh yeah. Well, I think that's gonna be good right there. That's all it needs. Now I'm gonna take just a little bit of this and kind of pour it on top just like that and kind of rub it in. Just a little bit. Now that we've got that kind of just all seasoned up and poured around that, I'm gonna take this glove off even though I didn't touch much. And I'm coming back with a little bit of my beef rub. This has no sugar in it whatsoever. Just salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, and quite a few other things. All right, I'd say that turkey breast right there is ready for the smoker. We've got our Weber fired up with some roll oak charcoal blended hickory pellets. And now I'm ready to get this on. So I am gonna leave it on this sheet pan here since this is a turkey breast and not take it off this. The reason I'm doing that is I feel like I want it to cook a little bit more to give that skin a little bit more time to render today. If you take it and just put this rack on the grill, it's gonna get a lot of heat. So I'm gonna set the whole pan and all on the grill today. And the total cook time I'm gonna say is gonna be around 2.5 hours is what I'm gonna guess. So I'm gonna set it for an hour and start checking it. Now we've got it running at 325 degrees today. So you know it only takes about 15 minutes per pound. So like I said, a couple hours is what I feel like this should take today, somewhere up in that time frame. All right, we've got our turkey breast out here. Let's get it on. Set it right in the middle there, shut the lid, set a timer for about an hour, come back and look at it and kind of gauge of what I need to do. All right, our smoked bone-in turkey breast has been on the grill 1 hour. Look at that, nice color. Get in here and give it a little bit of this butter that we melted. Now we just want to keep that bird moist is all that we're doing. I'm gonna set my butter up here where it don't spill. Get the grill lid shut, let it keep smoking. Probably need to check my pellets. I do. Probably need to add a few pellets in there. Now we're topped off, we can keep smoking. All right, we've been on 1.5 hours so far total. You can see our breast is looking great. Now I want to go in here and stick a probe kind of in that thickest part of that breast here. And then we're registering about 149 is where we're at, 150. So I'm gonna leave this alone and just let it go. Set my alarm over here and kind of see where we're at. All right, there's our timer. Or should we say turkey timer. We're hitting 163 degrees. We've been cooking 2 hours here, right in the middle of the probe. And I'm on. Ooh, look at that. Now this pan is hot, so I'm gonna set it on this pan. All right, our turkey is out. So now I'm gonna let this turkey rest at least 30 to 45 minutes, if not an hour before I slice it. All I wanna do is take it in the house and tin it with foil and leave it alone. That's all I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna transfer it off this cooling rack though into a pan. That's all I'm gonna do and then cover it up. So let's get in the house and do that. All right, all I'm gonna do is just take an empty half pan here real quickly. Oh, get that breast off of there. Get it in this box. Right now, if you could pour any other liquid on top of this, you could do whatever you want to do, butter, whatever. But we re-injected this with butter, so I'm sure it does not need any more. I just want to get this covered up, and I'm going to let this thing rest is all I'm going to do. And I'm not just totally just, it's going to be able to breathe just a little bit. I don't want to say that I kind of lightly tinted it. I did not just totally cover it up and seal it off. So now I'm gonna let that thing breathe for at least about 45 minutes before I slice it. Remember, the bigger the turkey, you know, kind of one rule of thumb, some people say however long it takes to cook it, you wanna wait that long to slice it. I'm not that guy. I think an hour is good enough on a big turkey, 30, 45 minutes on something like this, but also 30 minutes on a big turkey is fine if that's all you got. Giving yourself enough time always helps. Just remember that. So we'll be back after this rest. All right, just to recap, we took a bone-in turkey breast, cut the rib cage off of it, seasoned it with our everyday rub, and dry brined it overnight in the fridge. We then pulled it out, seasoned it with a little bit of our beef rub after we injected it with straight clarified butter, ghee. I can't wait to get in here and see how this turned out. It's had a total rest time of about an hour. So let's get in here and give it a slice. Now I'm gonna go right down this breastbone here that I can see. So let's carve some of this up. Wish y'all could smell this. So when you're cooking bone-in breasts, they're so cheap, they're so easy, and there's not a lot of waste in them whatsoever. When I come in here and get that, well, forget the little ring right here, but look at the moisture right there. Let's put that back. Look at all that. And that was done with just butter. Let's get in here and take a bite of this right here. Holy crap. That has a velvet texture. Man. Letting it rest where none of the juices are just running out everywhere is always the key. When you start carving a turkey and all the juices is out on your board here, just kind of saying, you might should have let it rest a little bit longer. That right there is what dreams are made of as far as turkeys go. I'm gonna get in here and carve this other one right here, and we're about to make a plate. If you like what we're doing on our channel, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow along with your friends. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Pinterest, and of course YouTube. We'll see you next week with another video.